So we need to understand what what we call the hierarchy of laws. As in your workbook, I have explained. First of all, we have the Constitution. When it's a hierarchy, I mean the highest level of law is the Constitution. I would hope that that's understood. Okay, and then the legislation falls under that. So legislation will tell you by the name what that act is about. And I've used the example of Skills Development Act, capital A, remember, talks about skills development. Labor Relations Act, labor relations. Often we just refer to it as LRA. And then to note that legislation gets updated, and so you need to make sure that you have the current version of that. Now, we're going to look at the Labor Relations Act shortly and unpack it and so on, but you'll note from what we covered before that there was a 1956 Act, and you can't look at that. That Act has now been set aside as such. We look at the current legislation and 1995 one, so that the old one is no longer law. Okay, so first learning, back like, you need to make sure, if we're dealing with the Labor Relations Act, make sure you've got it up to date. If you're dealing with the other legislation, basic conditions, etc., make sure you've got it up to date.